maybe not my favorite. I'd have preferred playing the Dallas Stars, but
Why is that?
just like the matchup more. And I don't like the revenge factor. I don't like that.
Wait. Talk about. You can't say you don't like the revenge factor.
I don't.
Why not?
It's just, man, we know those games. There's revenge. I don't like the familiarity where both teams have been here, done that. It's nothing new.
No, you can't do that, Kuzan. Because if it was the other way around, you would love the fact that you get
I
a
would
chance.
love the revenge
Right.
factor
So
because it
then
helps you out.
so you can't. No, man.
No. I'm worried about my team. I'm not worried about.
So you worried. So then, if you worried about your team, you know you've beaten them before.
Yes, I have.
So then, there's nothing to worry about.
Nothing to worry about, you say?
Oh, of course, there's something to worry about. They got this guy named Jesus.
Yes, they do.
That wears number 97.
So yeah, they've got us and the Edmonton Oilers. Both teams have, and pardon the pun, skated through the playoffs. Of course, Edmonton in the first round, they won 4-2 against the LA Kings. In the second round, they were able to dispense the Vegas Golden Knights 4-1. And then in the third round, another 4-1 against the Dallas Stars. Panthers get that 4-1 against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Then they get the 4-3 against Toronto, but then 4-1 against the Carolina Hurricanes. So both teams basically played almost the same amount of games, equally rested. Once again, the 6-day break between the end of the series, for us at least, and game one. Oilers get a 5-game break. Whew, man. All the games going to be at 8 o'clock, and it all starts Wednesday at 4. Panthers, Edmonton. It is a rematch that looks like it's going to be epic so far.
I think because of the travel distance, that's why you see a lot of 2 days in between games. I'm even shocked that
people learned from last year.
Yeah, I'm even shocked that there's 2 days between game 3 and game 4.
How odd is a Stanley Cup rematch? Well, it doesn't happen very much. This is just the 5th time in NHL history since the playoff field expanded beyond 6 teams in 1967 that 2 teams will face off in the Stanley Cup Finals in consecutive years. The other times, Pittsburgh Penguins, Detroit Red Wings, 2008, 2009. Teams split that one right there, just in case you were wondering. The Oilers and the New York Islanders, 83-84. They split that one. Once again, I'm not feeling confident about hearing about these splits. But then the Montreal Canadiens and the Boston Bruins back in 1977 and 78. Montreal won both of them. And Montreal St. Louis Blues, 68-69. Montreal won both of those matchups. So, whew, man, you got to buckle up.
Thank God they got a Western Conference. Jesus, who wouldn't want to see a finals between Boston and Montreal? The West is not definitely watching that. That's just right.
Play those games early.
No, but I'm just saying, yeah, like who would, no disrespect, but it's just like you're really shutting down another side of the nation. It's just those 2 teams.
Montreal is kind of near the center of the nation, but not really.
That's
man.
still East Coast, bro.
You want to feel more good about it?
Go ahead.
The Panthers swept the regular season series, albeit 2 games, winning 6-5 December 16th. That's when Edmonton was really a mess. And then 4-3 in Sunrise, February 27th. So we swept them 2 games during the regular season.
A lot of scoring.
You might want to get ready. Unless Bobrovsky can stand on his head, it might be another high-scoring series.
They got the split goalies, right? They do the 2 goalie system.
Who are the players to watch? Well,
of course, Sergei.
You got to always watch Sergei, and you got to watch their goaltender, Stuart Skinner.
Skinner. That's his name, Skinner. Why does this Skinner sound like a bad 1980s Army villain?
I was thinking The Simpsons.
Oh, was that A-Team? No, maybe it was I don't know. Maybe it was. You might be right. Simpsons. Skinner.
Who is going to be the wild card for the Panthers in this one? You got Barkov, you got Kachuk.
I think Marchand is going to be the man for us, bro. I just think Brad Marchand, unbelievably how the op has become one of your most loyal soldiers right now, and the way he's integrated himself with this team. The depth of this team is ridiculous, but so is the depth of the Oilers. Like, you're talking about 2 teams who can give you 3-4 lines easily.
Yeah, and you can't forget about their defenseman, Evan Bouchard, who is also very cool, man. They've got some star power. Draisaitl,
I'm sorry.
He wasn't that great last year in the finals.
So somebody has a lot. He got a chip on his shoulder, and he has something to prove. Both of them have something to prove.
And for everyone that's coming out and saying, you better watch out, Edmonton's bringing the kitchen sink. They're emptying the tanks in game 1 because they know they don't want to get down again. They kind of did that in game 1 last year, remember? But it was the Sergei Bobrovsky game where Bobrovsky stood on his head and didn't let anything through, and we found a way to win that game. Once again, they will throw everything at us, but...
And the other thing about that is you shouldn't be worried about it being a rematch. Is even though Edmonton has home ice, you've won there before.
We're a great road team,
and you're an unbelievable road team. Think
Historic.
about it. Other than that Toronto series, where they lost the first two, they've won at least one game, or if not both games on the first two games on the road.
And remember, we went into their place Game 7 and won on the road in Toronto. So
you won Game 5 and Game 7 on the road.
Although
in Toronto.
Talked to Bill Lindsay yesterday on the Joe Rose Show. He said the loudest arena he's ever been in is Edmonton. And tickets.
So
we were talking with one of our guys, Job Shadow at Indiana University, Zach Horowitz. He said tickets. Zach, how much were tickets for Game 1 in Edmonton?
It was over $900 for the first. I think it was $971 was the cheapest ticket in the nosebleeds.
$971, Vlad.
So
who's paying that? Edmonton Oilers.
Dude, people drive in like 2.5 hours from like other provinces just to watch this thing. There's nothing to watch it in Edmonton other than the Oilers and probably whatever CFL team they have.
Man, what a crazy turn of events. And you got to feel as though if you're an Edmonton Oilers fan, this is the year. You get a second chance at the Panthers. Don't get down 3-0 in the series. We're a team of destiny. Thing is, the Panthers are just so tough, Vlad. They're just so strong. They're so experienced. The only thing is, Vlad, this is not uncharted territory for either team. You're not going to catch Edmonton being inexperienced. They were here last year. They felt as though a couple of little bounces here and there, they could have won the series. I could argue that we were up 3-0 in the series for a reason. Slipped away from us at the end, but it is a rematch, and it's looking like with the depth of these two teams and the talent, this could be one of those 7-game series that it could be going either way at any minute. Should be a whole lot of fun. I do like the fact that we're getting rest because I do think Matthew Tkachuk, AJ Greer, those guys, I think they're a little beat up, and the 6 days of rest will definitely do us some favors as we
both teams.
Yeah, both teams are beat up. That's what I'm saying too. Like, that's the thing, but Panthers, I can really speak to them that they could use this rest, and all teams could, especially experienced as these two teams are. They don't worry about rust. They worry about rest and get things going. Conn Smythe Trophy, playoff MVP. Well, you know who the favorite is.
Oh, 97.
Yeah.
Connor McDavid.
Sergei Bobrovsky right after him. Alexander Barkov, then Leon Draisaitl, Matthew Tkachuk, Sam Bennett. So a lot of Florida guys favored.
You know, what's Verhaeghe's odds?
I do not have him in front of me.
Wow. I would put money on Carter Verhaeghe or Evan Rodriguez.
I like Carter Verhaeghe because he's just so clutch.
Yeah, I like
Evan Rodriguez has been great, by the way. When he plays, we are so much better. When I say so much better, we're a better team.
What did I say? Why do you think?
That's why I've been watching.
I say we lost Game 6 because he wasn't there.
Because he was not there. Yes,
we lost Game 6 against Toronto because he wasn't there.
Man, Carter Verhaeghe scored his 3rd series clinching goal in the Eastern Conference Finals. That man, the Carter, is so clutch. Coming up with big goal after big goal. And when he gets into overtime, you just know Carter Verhaeghe is going to be somewhere near the puck and make a difference. He might be the difference in this one. Let's go with him. He's our guy. He's our guy to watch, right? Carter Verhaeghe, the Carter.
So, one thing I know for certain, the ER will be lit these next 10 days.
That's a guarantee.
That's a guarantee, my friend. The elbow room will be lit. And they got 2 days off in between each games.
Let me know, 305-567-0560. How much does a domestic beer go for? Just the average domestic beer.
Who cares?
Elbow room. I need to know so when I go, how many.
You'll be drinking with Chelios and Eiserman and Messier and what's his name? PK, PK and all of them. They all Gretzky. They all be out there.
Anybody?
Or maybe not Gretzky.
I just want to know in advance so I can kind of scout. You got to scout your op. You got to scout, what's going on. I just need to know. So elbow room, how much is a typical just Budweiser or Miller Lite or something like that? 305-567-0560. You can also jump up in the YouTube and the Twitch. Let me know the pricing. You have to know. Don't just guess. Between $5 and $7. If you go,
that's pretty much it. That is,
room,
it's not that much, bro. They're really good. They know to keep the beers going, keep the beers flowing, man. Get the music going. People are good.
Elbow room.
Yeah, man.
That's the place. Hopefully it'll be banging. It'll be bouncing in just a couple of days.
It's funny. He Colt's right. There is not much elbow room in that place anymore.
Really not.
It is packed. Yeah, the upstairs is nice.
Every time I walk by it, it's just absolutely packed. So right there, Las Olas. Let's get the post party started already. After the show, we're going. We'll wait a little bit.